Long ago, in ancient Greece, there was a beautiful land called Arcadia. Arcadia was in the center of the Peloponnese Peninsula. People believed that in the very distant past, during the golden age of mankind, Arcadia had been one of the happiest places on earth. The land was rich, fields were green, animals were healthy, and rivers were clean and full of fish. People did not fight much. They lived in peace and helped one another. But as time passed, humans changed. They became greedy. They wanted more land, more gold, and more power. Because of this, the old happiness of Arcadia slowly disappeared. One of the earliest kings of Arcadia was named Lycaon. At first, people saw him as strong and ambitious. He wanted to bring back the glory of the Golden Age. He wanted Arcadia to be rich, powerful, and respected again. Lycaon believed that no kingdom could be great without the help of the gods. So he decided to honor Zeus, the king of all gods. He built a great temple for Zeus. The temple was high and beautiful, made of stone and decorated with gold. People traveled from far away to see it. Zeus was pleased. He saw Lycaon's effort and began to favor him. Because of this, Arcadia became richer. Crops grew well, animals multiplied, trade increased. People praised King Lycaon and said, "He is chosen by the gods." But power slowly changed Lycaon's heart. At first, he honored the gods with respect. Later, he became obsessed. He thought only about pleasing the gods, even if it meant doing terrible things. Lycaon believed that bigger sacrifices would bring bigger blessings. So he began to offer animals, cows, sheep, and goats. But soon, that was not enough for him. He started to believe that human blood would please the gods even more. This was a terrible mistake. The gods had already forbidden human sacrifice. They hated such cruelty. Lycaon ignored this. When strangers came to Arcadia, he captured them. He said they were enemies or spies, but in truth, he used them as sacrifices. They were killed in secret ceremonies. This was a great crime against hospitality. In Greek culture, welcoming strangers was sacred. Zeus himself was the protector of guests and travelers. Rumors spread. People whispered, "The king is cruel. They say he kills visitors. Is he still favored by the gods?" Zeus heard these rumors. He wanted to know the truth, so he decided to go to Arcadia himself, but in disguise. He dressed like a poor traveler. He wore old clothes, dusty sandals, and carried a walking stick. No one recognized him as the mighty god. When Zeus arrived in Arcadia, soldiers took him to the palace. They said, "The king will decide what to do with you." Inside the palace, King Lycaon looked at the traveler with cold eyes. He secretly planned to test him. He wanted to know, is this really a god in disguise or just a weak man? One of the king's assistants watched the traveler carefully. The man was calm, not afraid, not angry. He looked peaceful, even in danger. The assistant whispered to the king, "My lord, this man is strange. He is too calm. Maybe he is a god, testing our hospitality, just as Zeus once tested other kings." Lycaon laughed. "Soon we will know who he is," he said. The king ordered a great banquet. Tables were filled with bread, fruit, wine, and meat. The palace looked joyful. But the main dish was terrible. It was the cooked flesh of a slave. Lycaon and his sons ate it without shame. They laughed and drank wine. They served the same meat to the traveler. Zeus looked at the food. He knew at once what it was. His eyes burned with anger. He stood up. Thunder shook the hall. Light flashed around him. His old clothes disappeared, and his divine form appeared. Everyone fell to the ground in fear. Zeus said in a loud voice, "You wicked king! You have turned worship into cruelty. You have killed the innocent. You have broken the sacred law of hospitality. For this, you will be punished." Lycaon tried to run, but it was too late. Zeus raised his hand. A powerful light struck the king. Lycaon screamed as his body changed. His face became long. His teeth became sharp. Hair covered his skin. His hands became claws. His voice turned into a howl. He was no longer fully human. He was no longer fully animal. He became a half-man, half-wolf creature. Zeus said, "You lived like a beast. Now you will be one." The creature ran into the forest. From that day on, it hunted animals and frightened villagers. People said that during full moon nights, they could hear the sad and angry howls of the cursed king. They called this creature a werewolf, and so the story of King Lycaon became a warning. Power without wisdom becomes cruelty. Religion without kindness becomes evil, and those who forget humanity will lose their human form.